the Kickstarter to cover the cover production costs for the initial batch of games, and then they a certain amount of them go off to whoever backed it in the Kickstarter, and the rest of them then are available to sell at retail price. So for a lot of smaller independent types, it's not a bad way to go. And for a lot of the, I mean, like GMT and Decision Games and a whole bunch of others use that sort of Kickstarter GameFound mechanic to sell stuff fairly regularly.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you and I want to sit down in our retirement and come up with a game. We can do that. We'll have our own little kickstart. So, well, let's see. We've got a couple of people signing in. We've got Cohen Gillis saying bonjour from a very early Reims. Yes. And we've got Grim Harbinger sending his greetings. He is in the UK. So, yeah, this is very early in the morning for you in France. It's got to be, 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So
we got some night owls over there.
Yeah, we do. We do. We've got our regulars. So yeah, it was nice to chat with Grim. He actually popped into the Discord the other night, and so we had a chance to talk. It's always nice to kind of connect with some of the different folks that watch the videos. So hopefully he'll have a chance to start playing and enjoying some of the different games. So, well, we have everybody here. I see 6 people in
Mitch,
the.
Oh, we're missing somebody. Who are we missing?
We're missing Mitch. At least, yeah, we're missing Mitch there, and we're missing Mitch maybe in Discord.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was here a little bit ago. He was playing Auerstadt with Brennan. So I think he had to go grab something real quick or powder his nose, as they say. So I think he'll be along shortly. So let's see. Yeah, Grim Harbinger says it's 3:07 in the UK. And it's 4 o'clock, almost about 4 o'clock in the morning in Reims, France. And William Arends is in beautiful Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. So he says, how goes Napoleon's march of doom and destruction tonight? I don't know. It's mostly I'm sure doom, and we're waiting on the destruction. So we're all set. We've got the incendiary devices already strung up all around Moscow. We've managed to sabotage all the firefighting equipment, and we're letting the lunatics out of the asylum. So if we don't do well here, we've got our backup plan. So we'll, as we say, we'll see you at Lutzen, or we'll see you at Bautzen, or better yet, we'll see you at Leipzig. Oh, that was the one game I didn't put down in the email. Leipzig. We could play Leipzig. I've got Leipzig. And we would, it's basically 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 3 separate battles, all happening on the same day. So that's one possibility. I don't know how much fun that would be. Did you get the email I sent, Rick?
I did. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. So put on your thinking cap.
Be there.
Yeah. So
I am willing to play anything and get my divisions all out of command.
Well, I thought you talked about Waterloo, and I thought, well, if we had a Prussian player, he could be playing WoW with another French player. So we could have 3 French players, 2 at Waterloo and one at Wavre, and then the Prussian player
Sure.
would have something he could do while he waits
Yeah.
for enough stuff to show up at Waterloo.
Sure.
That was an idea.
Well, and I'm perfectly fine playing the Prussians and then just helping / watching you play, the Brits. Because really, I just want to get a grasp of the command structure, how it's used.
Yeah, well, and what's nice is at the Prussians in 1815, their command structure is the same as the French. They've got corps and divisions and all that stuff. So what you're doing now with Davout and what you've done previously, it transfers over really nicely with the Prussians. They don't have anything that's particularly mysterious. The British or Anglo-Allied army at Waterloo, that's a different story.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem playing the Prussians, and just stuff comes in slowly. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Very, very, very slowly. Very
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
Did you play the Prussians,
We'll do like we did last
Michael,
time.
when you did it?
Double speed.
Yeah, the Prussians and part of the wing for the Anglo Allies. It just took forever to get on the board, and they had to march so far.
Oh. Well, I think it was the first game that we played that we had the Prussian road speed down incorrectly.
It was awesome.
But the second time we played more recently, we were doing the correct pace of advance.
And they still got pretty far in. I mean,
yeah, but we got
two
pretty
different
deep
lines.
into the game.
Yeah.
I think we were at
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. And we got a lot accomplished. That was a good game.
You're grinding up my old guard.
Yeah, those guys with rifles and all those skirmishers, that was nasty business.
Yeah.
So
The leader headshots were even more.
yeah, you kept losing. That one division out on the far right of the French line, you got lost like 3 divisional commanders. The same division.
Yeah. 6 leaders in that battle.
Yeah, that was the unlucky division to be part of. So, well, cool. It looks like everybody should be on board. It looks like Mitch is in the game room. And he's in the lobby. So everybody's here. So you can probably just go down the line and identify, command points and all that good stuff. And then
before we get started, I have to tell everybody that this week I went to see the new Led Zeppelin documentary called Becoming Led Zeppelin in IMAX. And it is absolutely fantastic. If you guys like Zeppelin, go see this movie in the biggest, loudest theater you can find. It's like what going to a Zeppelin show must have been like.
All right.
Did they just cover Zeppelin through like 73?
It goes up through Led Zeppelin 2. I think it's like 1970 only. So they're leaving space for more, but it's really, really good. It's actually all about them as teenagers, as kids and teenagers, how they became Led Zeppelin, and then the first 2 albums. It's really, really, really good.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for the tip. Didn't even realize that existed. I got to see that.
Go see it in IMAX. Yeah, see it 3 times.
All right. Well, cool. That is a great recommendation for most of the people that view our channel are definitely in that age demographic that they're going to want to watch that.
Everybody else is like, who's Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, who is that? What is that? Oh my gosh, yeah. My spouse was teasing me about the demographic of my channel. So I'm like, hey, I talked to somebody who's actually 31 years old who watches. Everybody else, though, is much older than that. So what can you do?
Come on, she's seen pictures of you at Consim. She knows.
Yeah. That's you and I are the spring chickens there, Rick.
Right.
So, all right. Well, let's just go down the line, I guess, from west to east and identify who's what and where and why and how.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
All right.
I could.
We got, yeah, we had our normal 9 plus we got one extra 4 that to go
For
on
Murat, yep.
Murat on this turn. So, so we had 10 regular moves and
Okay.
so, the 5, 4, and 7 over there are all regulars.
Okay.
And which commanders are they on?
They're Chefstel, Ornano, Delzon, and Leiji.
And St. Alphonse.
Oh yeah.
So which one is St. Alphonse? Is that number 5 or is that number?
He's
Number
7.
Number
Okay.
7. Okay.
5 is
Saint Alph-
Leiji.
Saint Alphonse commands the cuirassier division over there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
And the horse artillery. So the horse artillery is in. It may be that some of those cuirassiers are screened off by their own units, so they may not be in command.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because these guys are blocking.
Yeah,
They're blocking these guys.
Do you want to do like as it is? You could, I think, move the artillery. You can move the maybe the light cav lancer, the green guy, but maybe you want to put the chit on some other leader. Up to you guys.
Dave, I'm okay if we give the chit to something else. I mean, it was single purpose, right?
Well, would this stack work because that's Montbrun and he's a leader? Does he?
He's not active. He doesn't command any troops, and he's also out of Napoleon's range.
No. But if you have a leader and the unit
It has to be a ADC.
Oh, it has to be an ADC. Oh, okay. All right. That was a subtlety that I was not aware of. So if you're going to extend command to somebody who's 4 or 5 hexes away, you would put then the ADC for the, in this case, St. Alphonse 2nd Cavalry Corps 2nd Division with them in order to have them active and do something.
Yep.
Hey, what, Dave? Should we just give it to Jeannot?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh. And you covered Lavrov.
Didn't mention him.
There you go. Sorry, I was arranging a ride tomorrow morning. It's going to be so cold.
All right, then for the Russians, it looks like Platov got his activation. Tolstoy's got a command point. Euler's got a command point for the battery. Lavrov's got a command point. That takes us to the Great Redoubt. All right, then moving over to the French, we see that Junot's got the one that previously had been with St. Alphonse. Good. Then the move number 10. Who is that with? That's with the Old Guard, I presume?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the Old Guard's got that one. And then we move a little further. Who else? Some of these others. So
Goyot's got one there. That's,
okay.
That was a cavalry one. This is a regular one. That's Ney.
That's Ney. Okay, cool.
Yeah. This is the a regular one. That's the Young Guard.
Okay.
And who's?
And then we've got number 1, which is Murat, not Murat, Davout. And then and then it looks, is that the Poles have one? Piatowski's got one down here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool, exciting. The Poles are going to get into action. And then it looks like you've got one for Murat, and then you've got one for, I guess, Latour and Malberg, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanderbilt, whatever.
Yeah, and then it looks like there's a light
Briere.
cavalry as well for Briere. Okay, cool.
I have
All right,
a
and
couple of
then
quick questions.
yeah,
Chit 9 is Mortier, the young guard.
Yep.
I couldn't tell if it was them or Drouot, the artillery guy.
No, Drouot is fine.
Okay, and then Murat got a grand charge, impetuous. Okay, and it looks to me like he's stacked next to some cavalry, but none of it actually can charge. So you're gonna move this turn, and you can launch the grand charge in a future turn, like next turn or something.
Well, do I maneuver at all to set it up, or?
Yeah, right. So like Murat is now active, and you can maneuver other people to set up the grand charge, how it's going to go in the future, right?
Okay.
And the reason is, just quickly, like Murat is next to some cavalry in the brush, but they can't charge out of the brush. And then there's the other couple of regiments that are to his left, but they can't make a grand charge either, because although they can move sideways, they can't grand charge sideways. So they're stuck behind brush and units, so they got no targets. So you get to set up this turn and then charge next turn. At least that's my estimate of it. Is that more or less right?
right. It says here Murat forms a move in this manner every turn until a charge is launched. Murat must remain stacked with the cavalry units participating until the charge and any resulting melee is resolved. Ignore this event if Murat is not on the map. So yeah, because you're right, the guys next to him are in the brush, they can't do anything. These guys here are also next to him, but they can't charge into the brush. I mean, they could, but they can't charge through it.
So I think Murat should move to one of them, though, right?
Well, he's gonna. Yeah, they should move somewhere, and Murat should move with them.
And then also, if you have other cavalry active, you could like set up an even bigger grand charge than just those, if you wanted to, by bringing other cav up so that they're adjacent when the turn starts. Then they could join next turn.
Right. So what would happen is when that one,
and stuff like that.
yeah. So what would happen is when this gets drawn, you're going to move Murat to either this unit or that unit, which is adjacent, and then these two units, right? Because they're adjacent or stacked with him, could then start to move forward to get themselves in position to launch a grand charge.
Okay. Hold on one second.
I don't know if I can get out with this 3-5.
And if you happen to bring up other cav to be adjacent to that group, like within whatever the limits of the grand charger, you could build it pretty big if you wanted to.
So like if I were to somehow get Murat like here, it would grab all these guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You just have to get them all aimed the
But
right
I can't,
way.
Yeah, I can't turn or anything, so they just go straight.
When they charge, they go straight. You can set it up
charge.
whatever direction you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So during this turn, for example, what Brennan is saying is you get them in whatever position you want to try to have them at. You line them up whichever way they go, because when you do the grand charge, they're just moving their 11 movement factors, for example.
Straight ahead.
Yep, straight ahead, yeah. And they all have to stay together in a big lump kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's great for artillery. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great for chewing artillery, great for chewing enemy cavalry.
Oh, no, it's great for his artillery to chew on. Let's be clear.
I was thinking the other way around.
Remind me never to fucking put my cavalry on this side again.
All right. What moves are over here?
So for the Russians, I've got one here on Sievers. He's a leader of this heavy cavalry. That's 2 brigades of dragoons. Then I've got this one here on that corps. And then this guy made his roll, so the light cavalry that's over here is also participating. And then Karpov made his as well. So,
Okay, all right.
Karpov is Rick's favorite Cossack commander.
Yeah. Who does 13 command?
13 commands these two cavalry units, this Hussar and this Lancer.
Okay. And who's he with?
He is attached to this corps. He is he's an army
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
So I've got him attached to that corps.
Okay. And 6 up there?
Number 6.
Or
Where's
that-
number 6?
Oh, that's
Oh,
your
that's
dragoon.
the dragoons. I already mentioned them.
Okay, all right. And that's
So that is the 12th Dragoons and the 13th Dragoons.
dragoons, and that's okay. So those guys there. And
All right. So I think we got everybody identified everywhere.
yeah,
Do we have all of our chits in the cup?
think so.
Okay. Let's give it
I have a
good
couple
shake.
of quick notes for the Allied folks. If we could run for 3 minutes down to
Okay. Cool.
the HQ.
See you down in the
Straightforward. enough?
HQ. Let's see if Mitch got the message.
He did. I think he did. He said it's straightforward enough, but maybe he was talking about the chits.
All right. Well, I guess we could go back to the lobby. He's up there hanging out.
You want to go grab? You want to go grab him real quick?
Yeah, I'll go
hang
grab
on.
him. Hey, Mitch, we're going down to Coalition HQ. Hello, Mitch. Are you there? Hello, hello. All right. He seems to be away from the keyboard.
The two things I wanted to just mention are, number one, over in the village of Borodino, I would like to ask Mitch to start freeing up the trail and the road and get all of his nice infantry off the road, because that's going to be a pathway for the artillery to go racing up the road. Oh, there's Mitch.
Right.
Hey, Mitch. Couple of quick notes.
Nope,
if we're
he's
here.
not. Nope, he's still not in. Oh, now
I'm
he
sorry.
is. Okay, cool.
Hey, Mitch.
I apologize. My father is going insane. All right.
Well, that's always fun.
Yeah. So anyway, so hey, what's going on, brothers?
Couple of quick notes. Mitch, when Lavrov moves,
Yes.
it would be good if this turn doesn't have to happen this turn, but ideally this turn or the next, if you could clear the infantry off the road and track, because my general concept over the coming hour is to bring the Russian artillery down to Borodino village. And when our attack launches, probably around 1 p.m., race the horse artillery up the highway onto the nose of the
usually
bluff.
get off the road if I can. Okay, I can work on that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
so
I have some issues with the order of chits and no command, but yeah, I'll try.
Exactly. I think your like all the guard infantry is actually in command, but you'll need to just open up all the hexes. So it's
Oh,
the
you're not talking about behind the Great Redoubt.
Nope,
like
talking about in
20-foot
Borodino.
set.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to be to get off the roads in Borodino. Okay.
in Borodino
I got
village,
it.
yeah.
Got
Like
it.
there's a bunch
Got
of skirmishers. They could slide one way or the other, and the other battalions So find a place for them that's just not
I
on the road.
I will, when the time comes, I will work on repositioning that under command to clear you a road.
Exactly. Should be just like one hex or two in the other.
And you want the road coming in from the west as well, right? Because that's where
Yes, exactly. They're going to come down that, get onto the main road, and then the horse artillery is going to charge. It won't be right away, but at least we're setting up the possibility of when we
Do
decide.
you have a general suggestion as to which direction I should maneuver towards?
For Lavrov's infantry?
Yeah, for the guards infantry to clear that
they
area
can just
out.
hang. They can hop them across the river. Really, probably. I mean, it's that way you'll have a double threat. Just slide them across the river, or stack them up double in a couple
Maybe
hexes.
split the river a little bit. Yeah, okay. Split it. Slide the skirmishers over.
The skirmishers could move to the far side, or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, I think I can handle that. It might take me a little while to move it all out, but I got that.
There's no immediate rush, but over the 1, 2, 3 turns we need to do that because
I've got the command ship this turn. Let's get it done.
Yeah. As your we need your artillery to reload ammo before we launch the attack.
Absolutely.
So this will be a couple of 2 more quick notes.
Leave me some spaces inside your army to get within 5 hexes of a road with my artillery. See how you have everything's kind of covered.
You want
it's hard for me to find it's hard for me to find a spot I can put my artillery to read.
Okay, second corps is going to shift anyway. So I'll also shift.
Because it's hard for me to find a spot. You know what I mean? I'm like, where can I park this to get?
Go anywhere. You can fit in the gaps of the checkerboard. Move them back, and then for now. But I'll open up and move east-ish. It looks like the French did not energize Drouot. He's brought all the horse artillery up, but it isn't doing anything yet. Thank God. Okay, that's good. The last note, Eric, is about Seaver's cavalry.
Yep.
This was more intriguing as a possibility. It's probably really not necessary, but one question when the French make a horse artillery rush, if our guns, now we're going to have a couple turns, hopefully, to backpedal, fade them out of the way. But Seaver's dragoons, rather than necessarily making a direct charge, if those horse artillery does show up, which it won't be, so you don't have to worry about it, one possible countermeasure would be to take the big dragoon regiments and move them forward right up in contact with the French frontline units without charging. And then use opportunity charges. Like you could take your 12-point dragoons and spread them into 2 or 3 hexes. He's got a tiny little blue hussar stuck in the valley near Smolensk, and he's got a purple lancer. Like, if you get up close to those guys, belly button to belly button, if they try to move, you zap them with the heavy cav, with the opportunity charge.
Oh, okay.
Because the danger on a horse artillery rush is that they get their horse arty in large numbers up to like medium range, where they can trade increments with our heavy guns. We don't want that to happen.
Right.
But it's not going to happen this turn. And then when they're this close to it, it's like, what is the countermeasure for that? So one possible countermeasure is you gum up their front line, so their front line can't get out of the way of their own horse artillery.
Cool.
Is it almost like if you could sacrifice battalions for time?
Right, which you don't want to do with the cavalry because it's so valuable.
No, but infantry kind of makes some sense at a certain point. It's just to gum it up in that a couple hexes south of R27. Just lock them out with infantry and hey, we just slog it out for 4 hours.
For sure.
And that's a game winner for us.
Yeah. The other thing is if the French go into R27, that's a double crossfire from heavy guns on them. So from northwest and from northeast, like it's Kutaisov and then the horse batteries or reloaded.
He can't shoot over his stuff.
He can't shoot his own guys.
So the more you get up close to him, the less angle he's got on you to get shots off.
Yep, and so on. So that was kind of just a couple of thoughts.
Cool. Then the one thing, Mitch, that Brennan and I talked about last week after you had signed off was that I'm going to try to fade Raevski's Corps, which is like the 12th Division here and the 26th Division. I'm going to try to fade them a little bit further east. So, yeah. So then what I would like you to do is to take, if possible, I'm going to start kind of kedging them that way, I think. If you could then move up, I'm not sure which corps this is, what, the 7th Corps?
7th and 24th.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of move them into this gap then between R4C and the Great Redoubt.
Absolutely. When we get the leadership, let's make sure you and I are coordinated.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Cool.
And then when we get the regroup, we ought to probably coordinate as well, just make sure that we're
yes.
So we move in unison.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Super. And then we can point out, hey, get that guy out of my way, and I'll move it. But we got to get the leadership first. So hopefully we get that to our favor.
Well, and here's the other thing I was looking at. He's got this infantry of Nays down in the trench there by the Semenovsky redoubt, and I'm just like, I could do what you did and send some infantry down, but then we don't have any cavalry to support them. But talking about gumming stuff up.
I think the time to try that, we're actually trying to bait them out up onto the plateau.
Right.
Because if they come onto the plateau, they'll get one rush. And I think their young guard may be getting ready to do this. They're going to get one rush, and then we're going to chew them down. So we're better off being patient 1 or 2 cycles.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All righty. We'll see you guys back up in the lobby, I guess.
That'll work. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. All right. And for all of our viewers at home that are following this, we are at the 12 o'clock turn at the Battle of Borodino. This particular scenario, I believe, started at 6 a.m. So we have gotten through 6 hours of playtime in the course of about 35, 36 play sessions, something like that. So we've been at this. When did we start this? I think we started it back in May, maybe. So, we're here a couple more months. We'll be coming up on a 1-year anniversary.
All right.
All right. We got everybody back. Hooray. I think we do. Yep. Everybody's here. All right, Mr. Napoleon. You get to pull the chit from the cup first.
All right.
Hey, it's moo number 1. Good. Go ahead. Grab another one while you're in the neighborhood. Number 15.
15.
That's the Cossack